Welcome back. Looks like you may have left a bigger trace than we had hoped. Don't fret. While we attempt to clean up the mess you made, feel free to roam around the Hall of Whispers again and interact with the paintings to learn more about the history of air pollution. You may also exit Mod at this time if you wish. Crimson Waste, the shadow of industrial pollution. The surge in industrial emissions, which began in the late 18th century with the onset of the Industrial Revolution, has been a significant driver of air pollution globally. Factories and power plants release large amounts of sulfur dioxide, nitrogen oxides, and particulate matter into the atmosphere, leading to the formation of smog and acid rain. Over time, these pollutants have degraded air quality, turning the sky into a maroon-tinted haze, the most dangerous color the atmosphere can change to, particularly over industrial regions. Despite recent efforts to regulate emissions, many areas still suffer from heavy pollution as global industrial activity continues to rise, contributing to climate change and respiratory health issues. Toxic shadows. Death from industrial waste. Increased microbe death, particularly of fungi and other essential decomposers, has been exacerbated by rising chemical and aerosol emissions since the mid-20th century, when industrial and agricultural practices began heavily relying on synthetic chemicals. Fungi, crucial for breaking down organic matter, are highly sensitive to pollutants like aerosols and chemical compounds, and their decline disrupts natural cycles, leading to the buildup of pollutants in both air and soil. This imbalance allows harmful particulate to accumulate in the atmosphere, turning it into a purplish haze, symbolizing a toxic environment. Over time, this has contributed to poor air quality, ecosystem degradation, and worsening climate effects. Riding the wave of change. Increased use of public transit, which began to rise in popularity in the mid-20th century as cities expanded and environmental awareness grew, has had a profound positive impact on air pollution by reducing the number of personal vehicles on the road. Public transit systems, which are often more fuel efficient and less polluting per passenger than individual cars, have helped lower emissions of carbon dioxide, nitrogen oxides, and particulate matter. Over time, this shift has contributed to restoring healthier hues in the atmosphere, bringing back clearer skies. Illuminated twilight, embracing the darkness. The practice of turning off lights to conserve energy, popularized in the 1970s energy crisis and later adopted globally through energy-saving campaigns, has significantly reduced air pollution over the years. By decreasing electricity demand, particularly from fossil fuel-powered plants, we cut emissions of carbon dioxide, sulfur dioxide, and nitrogen oxides, which contribute to smog and poor air quality. Over time, these efforts have helped reverse atmospheric damage, shifting the dull, polluted tones to a healthier environment marked by vibrant hues, symbolizing a cleaner, more balanced ecosystem and a positive step toward mitigating climate change. Ash and Inferno, the legacy of flames. Increased cases of forest fires, particularly over the past few decades due to climate change and human activity, has significantly worsened air pollution, releasing large amounts of carbon dioxide, particulate matter, and harmful gases into the atmosphere. These fires, which have become more frequent and intense since the late 20th century, blanket the skies in a reddish, orange, sooty haze, reducing air quality over vast areas, even impacting regions far from the fires themselves. As wildfires continue to grow in size and duration, they pose a growing threat to public health, turning once clear skies into smoky, toxic atmospheres that exacerbate respiratory issues and contribute to long-term environmental damage. eclipsed by emission, the burden of convenience. The rise of car usage, which began in earnest in the mid-20th century with the post-war economic boom and urbanization, has been a major contributor to air pollution, particularly through the release of nitrogen oxides, volatile organic compounds, and particulate matter. These pollutants, primarily from vehicle exhaust, combine in the atmosphere to create smog, which turns the sky into a hazy, grayish color, particularly in urban areas with high traffic volumes. Despite advancement in cleaner technologies and stricter emissions regulations, in recent years, car emissions continue to pose a serious threat to air quality, contributing to smog formation, climate change, and respiratory health problems in regions where reliance on personal vehicles remains high. Renaissance of roots, a breath from the leaves. Increased planting of trees and foliage, which gained significant traction in the late 20th century through global reforestation and urban greening initiatives, has had a substantial impact on air pollution. Trees act as natural air filters, absorbing carbon monoxide, releasing oxygen, and trapping particulate matter, which helps reduce harmful pollutants. Over time, these efforts have restored ecosystems and improved air quality, gradually reversing the dull, polluted hues of the atmospheres to healthier greens and a lusher environment. This greening effect is a visual indicator of the air's recovery and a crucial step towards mitigating the effects of climate change and deforestation. Ecstasy of change, recycling resurgence. Increased recycling habits, which gained momentum in the 1970s during the environmental movement, has had a significant positive impact on reducing air pollution by decreasing the need for raw material extraction and waste incineration. By recycling materials like plastic, paper, and metal, we reduce the energy demand of manufacturing, leading to lower emissions of greenhouse gases and air pollutants such as sulfur dioxide and nitrogen oxides. Over time, these efforts have helped reverse some of the atmospheric damage, allowing the smoggy, dull hues of polluted skies to shift back to healthier green and vibrant blues, symbolizing cleaner air and a more balanced environment. Choking on choices, the haze of addiction. Increased smoking habits, particularly after World War II during the global boom in tobacco consumption, have contributed significantly to localized air pollution. Cigarette smoke releases a wide array of harmful chemicals, including particulate matter and carbon monoxide, which accumulate in densely populated areas. Over time, while smoking rates have declined in some countries due to public health campaigns and regulations, regions where smoking remains prevalent still experience degraded air quality. The cumulative environmental impact of decades of smoking continues to affect both urban and indoor air quality, giving the atmosphere a yellowish-gray tint and exacerbating respiratory health issues globally. Thank you so much for coming to the Museum of Dreams and Dangers. We hope to see you again soon.